What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Some. Hit the keys. And in today's video, I've got 8 freebies for you guys that have just come out in the last week or so. Make sure you stick with me till the end because the last 2 are absolute bangers. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But with no further delay, let's get right into these freebies, baby. Some, hit the key. All right, guys, so the first free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from the Synth Factory, and it's called Azimuth. When you look at Azimuth, or Azimuth, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, but it's a virtual analog and wavetable synthesizer. So as you see here, it's got 4 different oscillator levels, and it's got an XY pad right here, and this is what makes all the magic happen. But you see here, you get a lot of effects over here. So you're going to get EQ, reverb, delay, so on and so forth. You're going to get some noise down here. You're going to get sub. You get a whole lot of stuff, different filters. I'm not going to go through all the controls, obviously, but I will let you hear kind of what it sounds like. So this is one of the sounds that I used in the plugin. Now, what's cool about this plugin is that it has this little XY axis right here. So if I was to like push play again and then start moving it around, you see it's going to change it because it's going to start focusing on different oscillators. So check it out. So as you can see right there, the XY axis allows you to get just a completely different sound than what you started off with. There's a bunch of different presets in here. I'll kind of go through a few of the sounds that I used though real quick. So here was another sound that I used in this little melody. I didn't even fit the whole beat together. It's just a loop. But here's another sound I used. And then here's another noise I used as well, a bass. All right, so now I'll put all 3 of those together and you can hear what they sound like. So you can get some pretty good sounds and some pretty good textures and stuff with this. With this plugin though, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It is super synthy. So, you know, it's just gonna be for synth noises and stuff like that, but that's all good. As you see here, there is a ton of different different presets. So you got a bunch of different basses. You got some effects here. You got some leads here. But again, there's all kinds of stuff in there. I'm not gonna go through all the sounds and everything because I got a bunch more plugins to go through, but this is definitely a fire little synth. It's free. Go grab this real quick. All right, guys, and the second free plugin I have for you guys today comes from my guy, Goose Hardman, over at Monster DAW. It's called Monster Soundscape. So when you open up Monster Soundscapes, it's gonna look like this. Now, I may have covered this on my news report last week, and I didn't do it justice. So I needed to bring it back today to do justice because for whatever reason, I thought the only soundscapes that you got were gonna be like the zoo. And I was so wrong. There's so many more. I just didn't know you had to come up here in this preset menu, which is common sense. But normally there's a preset up here. And so with this, you're gonna get all kinds of different sounds. You get bird one shots, bird loops, beach loops. Okay, but then you come over here to the presets and this is what I missed. And so what I showed you guys last time was the zoo with all the animals. But there's so many different ambient sounds in this plugin. You know, you got rain and thunder. You know, fire there. Let's see what else we got here. We got jungle with birds. So these sounds can be very useful. All right, and so then in the beat, what I did is I used these birds and I got it to sound like this. So as you can tell, the birds are just background ambience, and it adds a little bit of extra flavor to the beat. All these sounds can add a little bit of extra flavor to the beat. Trust me, I have been using this plugin since I got it, and then when I figured out that I was wrong and there's more to it, oh, I've been getting in on this one. And the third free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from the good people over at Sample Science. It's called Clean Guitar version 2. So when you open up Clean Guitar version 2, it looks like this. So just like most of the other Sample Science's plugins, it looks like they're updating everything and add more effects and everything to it. So this is just another version or an updated version of the Clean Guitar that they originally had. It sounds like this. So for me, it's kind of cheesy sounding. I know a lot of you guys liked it before, so I thought I'd bring it back to the channel to let you guys know that there's a version 2. But with the version 2, now you have distortion, delay, chorus, and reverb. But that's basically what it sounds like. I'm gonna go ahead and turn all these off because the next plugin that I have, I actually use with this. So let's go ahead and transfer to that one. So the fourth plugin that I have for you guys today is called Fuzzy by Linda Audio. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda Audio makes some good stuff though. They made a really good reverb last year that I liked. But with this, so I have this fuzzy on that same guitar. So that same guitar sounded like this before. So I threw this fuzzy on there right here and I got it to sound like this. And so what's cool about the fuzzy is you get control over input, drive, tone, and output. You get a couple different fuzz types. You get a EQ right here, and then you get your EQ bands right here, which makes it super dope because you can affect each band, and then you have a gate right here as well. So I also threw fuzzy on an 808 so that you guys can hear what it sounds like, or at least on a bass so that you guys can hear what it sounds like. So this is what that bass sounded like before I threw fuzzy on there. Now, once I threw fuzzy on there, I got it to sound like this. And so you get, like I said, you get control over different EQ curves and different stuff, so you can change that sound really easily. And so you see how I just made that 808 much more present, not 808, but that bass much more present. So now let's hear what all that sounds like in the beat together. Trust me, I am 100% aware that that mix is muddy as all get out and go. There's no EQ or nothing. I haven't even mixed it all the way down. It's just a loop. And the fifth free plugin that I have for you guys today is called Guillotine. When you open up Guillotine, it is going to look like this. It is basically a gating machine that gates and will add effects on there as well. So you have basically your cuts right here. So how many cuts you want it to have per bar. Then you have different effects. So you have distortion and just all kinds of different stuff. Nothing's named what it should be named, but it is what it is. Some effects have different stuff on the side. So, you know, some have depth, rate, so on and so forth, and some don't. So basically, I'm going to put it on this instrument right here. So now as we start adding cuts, it's going to just gate it up for us. So that's pretty cool, right? You know what I'm saying? You get a gating effect, but now you can add effects onto that gating effect. So watch this. So as you can see there, you can do a whole lot with that because you can just change the way that you gate it. And it goes all the way up to 32 cuts. And then you got some presets here as well. You know, so if you need a good gating tool, or if you like making kind of music, any kind of EDM music, you can definitely use this tool. All right, guys, and the sixth free plugin I have for you guys today comes from Polyuniverse, and it's called Wider 2. So when you look at Wider 2, it looks the exact same as the original version of Wider, except for it's got a couple things on there that's different. It's got this low bypass, and it's also got this mono switch on here now so that you can listen to your sound in mono. So I'm only gonna play it on this bass just so that you can hear the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and push play, and I'm gonna widen it out for you. All right, so that's cool, but now you can check it in mono too. So, you know, good tool, good addition to the Wider. You know what I'm saying? You like Wider? Go ahead and get number 2. It's a little better than the first one. All right, guys, the next free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from Wave Factory, and it's called Flash. So when you open up Flash, it is going to look like this. Look, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This thing works sometimes, and sometimes it don't work. And so I wouldn't even have put this on the roundup, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was gonna put this on the last plugin roundup that I did, free plugin roundup that I did, but the version 1 wouldn't work on my FL Studio. So when version 102 came out, I was like, all right, let me check this out. So I downloaded it, and I messed with it all this afternoon. So this morning, I've been playing with this plugin for 2 hours, right? And so then I shut down my project. I ended up recording another video. I came back to record this video. Now the plugin doesn't want to work again. I've already, and I'm so frustrated because it's kind of working. So like I'm getting my sustain to work, but the mid side's not working properly. The mix isn't working properly. So like when you're checking this out, right? So this is a transient shaper. It's supposed to shape your transients, right? So I have the sustain will work. So listen to the tail end of the snare. It's doing this job of cutting that tail end of the snare out. All right, but now if I pull it all the way up here, listen to it. So it's doing a good job of shaping that transient. But I get nothing different when I move the attack. And earlier it was when I have the attack all the way up, you know, obviously it's supposed to hit a little bit harder, but the attack didn't change. The mid and the side isn't working right now. So earlier when I was messing with this, obviously when you get it to about right here, but in the mixture between the mid and the side, it's going to be about its loudest. But it's not even doing anything now. Same with the mix. So you see I have the mix all the way down and the sustain all the way up. Well, it shouldn't matter because I have the mix down, so it shouldn't change the way the drum sounds. So it's a little bit longer, but whatever the case is. Whatever the case is, this thing ain't working right. Wave Factory, get your shit together. All right, guys, and the last free plugin that I have for you guys today is only free until April 17th. So make sure you get over to United Plugins and get it. It's called Firepressor. When you look at Firepressor, it is going to look like this. Not even gonna hold y'all. I've only messed with this for a few minutes. But what I do like about it is that the way that you can get the drums to sound by just messing with the turbo, the saturator, and the dry wet knob over here. So again, you guys have been hearing the drums. They sound like this. So that's on bypass. Now, if I turn this on, I can get them to sound like this. All right, so what's cool about this is it also has the XY axis so that you can blend in 4 different kinds of compression. But I'm gonna go ahead and mess with these knobs a little bit more so that you can hear what it sounds like. So you see, just like that, I can change up the way the drums sound really easily. But that's what I got for you guys today. 8 freebies. I take back what I said at the beginning of the video when I said the last 2 plugins were fire. The last plugin was fire. The 7th plugin, get your stuff together, Waves Factory. Make sure if you guys do like this content, though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Some, hit the key.